Greetings, mood killers. I'm Balonius Francine Marconi, along with Eddie Barella, who has been sick, dying. I don't know what's happening with you. You went on a vacation. You got malaria.
I don't know. Ever since RFK took the job, I've not been feeling well. So, yeah.
Oh no!
Like I got a flu that turned into like this upper respiratory thing, and
Oh God!
I can't shake it. I don't know what's going on. It's been 2 weeks now of being sick, and if you're sick for that long, you really start to question everything.
Well, yeah, and I saw some concoction. I don't know if this is true, but somebody showed on, because they have this book they keep hawking on TikTok, and it's probably a scam when it's hawked so much. But it's like these home remedies that are supposed to like help you, natural things.
Right.
It's a book with everything. And one of them, they show a video. They strain honey through red onions in a jar, in a mini jar, and they let it sit overnight, and then it extracts all the whatever from the onions into the honey, and then you have this like homemade cough syrup type thing, and you're supposed to drink that, and it's supposed to help your respiratory.
Well, you're gonna have to send me your witch recipe that you came across.
Yeah, I guess anything to save Eddie.
Cast a spell. Well,
yeah. It's upsetting when you're...
At this point, I'll try anything, I've tried rest. I've tried not doing anything. I've tried cough drops. I've tried Mucinex. I've tried a different version of Mucinex. I've tried tea. I've tried excess amounts of water. Nothing is working. I don't know what it is.
I got this tea that I haven't really done. I tried it once, but it's supposed to help your respiratory, the special tea. I don't know if
I think I know the one you're talking about, yeah.
It's like everything we get is probably now advertised on social media, right? Like I feel like we're the target audience because I go, oh, that looks good. Let me buy that.
Right. I know.
So
I know. The worst part of it is this cough that I can't get rid of, and I'm hovering the cough button during the show. That way I don't, nobody has to deal with hearing it because it's keeping me up at night. Wake up in the middle of the night with the cough, and even after taking medicine for it, there's just no winning here. I don't know what this is, but I do. Blame
it gets your
RFK.
energy low too, right? Because because I know what you're talking about. Everything's wrong. You feel tired all the time. You feel like no energy. It's bad. And have you tried deep knee bends, pelvic thrusts?
I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah, because I think that could be the answer.
That could be it.
Do a couple of those, and then we'll check back in with us.
Okay.
Eddie, I'm excited because I think you're going to really love this. It's a game I came up with called What Am I Crinkling? What am I crinkling? Now, I will play the audio of things that I've crinkled into a microphone.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do, I'll give you a list of 3 things, and then you can choose because I can get multiple choices easier than just trying to guess willy-nilly out of the blue, because that's impossible. We'll be here all day.
Well,
we don't have that kind of time. You're on low energy. You can barely breathe. I don't want you to die in the middle of this.
These are your rules.
That's right. All right, the first one, Eddie. What am I crinkling? Is it a peanut butter cup wrapper, an adult diaper, or a bag of lettuce? What am I crinkling? Here is the audio. I hope that was enough.
I don't know. I heard motivational poster in that, so that's what I heard.
Let's see. Motivational poster?
Was that,
no. I'm sorry. No.
No? All right.
That was peanut butter cup wrapper.
Oh, my!
Yeah, they're delicious. I get these one. They're called skinny dipped, and you suggested these ones from Quest, and those are great too. But if you ever want a treat, it is regular sugar, but it's an all good ingredient peanut butter cup from Skinny Dip.
Okay,
it's good.
That looks peanut butter cups are a weakness. They
really are. But I can't. And there's nothing. I have nothing against Reese's. It's just that if you look at as I've learned on TikTok, their ingredient profile, it's not good. So I try to, for my health, Eddie, I'm trying to eat. If I want to have one a day, I gotta stay away from bad ingredients. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm trying to, navigate my life with processed foods. Let's see. Okay, here's another one. What am I crinkling? A travel size poncho, parchment paper, a plastic packaging from a dollar store pregnancy test. What am I crinkling?
I would say you're crinkling my resume. That way I don't leave this show.
No. I'm sorry, Eddie.
Oh, okay.
Parchment paper. Yeah. And by the way, parchment paper, another thing leading back to delicious treats. I found this oatmeal chocolate chip prepackaged cookie dough at the store. It's organic.
That sounds good.
And you just plop them onto this parchment paper at $3.50 for like 15 minutes. And they make the most perfect cookies. You can't tell they're not homemade.
Ooh.
They're so good and so delicious, perfect.
Is that a Trader Joe item?
No, it's here it's Mariano's, but I think that's a Kroger store. So you can get them like at Kroger, wherever Kroger is.
Yes.
So yeah.
The rulers of all grocery.
I know, they really are. Okay, here we are. Back to the game. Very important that we stay on focus on the game, right?
Yes.
Number 3. Is this what am I crinkling? Is it a package of glitter pipe cleaners? A tea bag wrapper? A bag of Granddad's a bag holding Granddad's cough syrup. What am I crinkling?
That sounds a lot like my fortune cookie that had the winning lottery numbers that I've been looking for.
I'm sorry, Eddie. No. That is a tea bag wrapper.
Oh, okay.
It gives me the energy for this show. You know what I mean?
Right.
Got to have my green tea. All right, here's another one. I think you might get this one. I don't know. Is it what am I crinkling? Is it an instant soup mix for cats? A package of fake mustaches, or a cheese bag? What am I crinkling? I don't know if that was long enough.
I don't know. Yeah, you might want to play that again.
Just one more?
Again. Yeah.
So you can really get the detail.
Yeah.
Excellent, recording work, too, by the way.
Beautiful Foley work. Is that Foley work?
Yeah. I think I'm going to quit this job and become a Foley artist.
Yes. That sounded a lot like that receipt for my gas station sushi purchase. That's not what it was?
No, I'm sorry. Close. It was a cheese bag, which is delicious. Yeah. Tillamook cheese. I have a Tillamook cheese from Tillamook, Oregon. Delicious.
Right. Our fine friends in Oregon, yeah.
That's right. Okay. Here's one more, Eddie. Is this, what am I crinkling? Is it a Werther's Originals wrapper, a plastic rain bonnet, or a sock puppet revenge kit? What am I crinkling? I wanted to make sure you got enough audio.
Right. In
your mind, is it still crinkling?
Yes.
Sorry.
I don't know. It sounded a lot like a Donnie diaper, but I'm not sure.
Oh, no. Not a Donnie diaper. No. That is a Werther's Original wrapper.
You bet! Yeah, was it sugar-free?
Regular? I can't remember because it's been so long since I've gone to that dish I don't know if Werther's Originals go bad. I don't think they do. But I had one today. It was delicious. I think it had all the sugar in the world in it. But it was worth it. Well, there is a fun game. What am I crinkling? What am I crinkling? No.
You know, one celebrity that passed away that everybody was really choked up over, Robin Williams. When that guy died, everybody was.
I mean, that was a long time ago.
Crying.
How long ago was that?
You're right. He doesn't matter anymore.
No, he does not. No, it's not that. It feels like it's been like 10 years or something. Has it been that long?
I don't know. You're probably right. I think it has been about 10 years. But, you know, even though it's been 10 years, we're learning new things about this guy every single day. And here's something.
A lot of people assume that Robin Williams was this really good guy.
Yeah.
He made the world brighter, and then he made millions of people laugh. And that's true. But Robin Williams was a big-time Hollywood actor. And, you know, sometimes it's mind-blowing the kind of crazy requirements that celebrities will put into their contracts.
Uh-oh. Is there something wrong with Robin Williams? Are we going to find out he's a monster? Uh-oh.
I hope not.
Yeah, I know. I'm scared. This is when I saw this on TikTok, I wanted to stop watching right here. I didn't want it to be ruined.
Had a requirement that he put in every contract for every film he ever made that I've never heard of.
Uh-oh.
And this wasn't talked about publicly. Robin Williams never really voiced this. It's something that kind of came out in the...
Oh, my... Just get to it.
I know. I hate that when they do... You know why they're doing it? Because there's some algorithm thing that tells them to tease it as long as you can. Because if you get people to listen, to view your videos past a certain point, you get like certain amount of credit for it or whatever. So if you keep them hooked and you keep talking nonsense until you give them the answer, and then usually the answer is so disappointing.
I know.
In the years around his death, Robin Williams had this requirement in his contracts for every film he did that the production sets had to hire so many homeless people to be a part of the production crew.
So that's what he was trying to get at. So 50 minutes later, we find out.
He was making it seem like Robin Williams was a bastard, and really he was an angel.
And he got me. You know, he got me because when I watched it, I was like, oh, no, what is it about Robin Williams? These people always have skeletons in their closet, but no. Apparently, Robin Williams, he hired homeless people for all of his movies. And
that's cool. I think
cool.
I knew that, though. I think it wasn't a secret. I think it was something that people knew. I feel like I knew that.
I mean, on TikTok, people will say anything to make it sensationalized, you know. They'll say it's a secret, nobody knows. Here's what they want you to, here's what they don't want you to know. You know,
I watched this guy, and I haven't seen any of his videos for a while. I don't know if he's taking a break, but I like him a lot. He's always got like this scandal going on of somebody. He goes, yeah, you got to understand, but Notorious B.O.G. had a problem. And then he tells this whole story, and it's very dramatic, and he's got videos behind him and stuff. And it actually isn't BS. It's like he tells a good story, and the payoff isn't like, oh, God, you know?
Right.
Where it's so annoying. I hate it.
It really is annoying. It's so weird that this stuff flies on TikTok, and it's become the norm when we come from a background where, you know, we're told word economy on the radio, get to your point fast and shut up. But then on TikTok, it's like, you know, draw it out for as long as you can and be rewarded.
I think it's like 1 to 2 minutes or something. If you can keep them held for at least 1 minute into your video, it counts more towards your viewership or something. And that, especially if you're part of the creator fund, then you get paid more.
You know, it seems to be working. Maybe we've had it wrong on the radio all these times by jumping to the point so fast. Maybe we should have been drawing it out longer. Like,
yeah, that's right. Eddie, it's time for a fun thing I know you enjoy.
Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Your own people won't even like your posts. And y'all follow each other.
Yeah, it's a tragedy. You got to keep scrolling. That's why. Eddie.
Love it.
Something very cringy just happened in space. You know what I'm talking about. And I have some clips of it. And before, I didn't even understand why they were doing it. I never understand like what the whole purpose of Blue Origin is, but Katy Perry was everywhere talking about it this week. It's
Right.
I don't know.
I feel super connected to love.
Yeah, she was right after she gets out. They start talking to her right away.
I feel super connected to love. So connected to love. I think this experience has shown me you never know how much love is inside of you, like how much love you have to give, and how loved you are until the day you launch.
I feel like everyone in that space capsule is so disconnected from reality.
Right.
You know,
And
like-
she had the complete opposite experience as William Shatner, because when he came back, he said that he felt like he had like a wave of despair over his whole body, and he felt
Well,
like
I mean, he is 90, so he's
right.
he expected to die up in there probably.
right.
But you know, it sounds like she did too, because like they kept asking her stuff, and she kept saying, "I was just relieved that I think she thought she was going to die. That's why she was so happy when she landed." I don't know. And then they're asking her about her journey.
I hope they can see the unity that we modeled and replicate that and understand that we weren't just taking up space, we were making space for the future. And for me, like Gail said, this wasn't a ride, it wasn't a destination. It was a journey, and it was a supernatural one. And my journey has always been about love and belonging. And I think that we have all felt that sometimes we weren't worthy or we didn't belong in certain ways, no matter all the accolades, no matter all the studying, no matter anything. And I think today we all said it, like, we belong here. Mm-hmm. This is where we belong.
These rich women belong there.
Sure of that. So I think that you'll never know the amount of love that you have inside of you to give and to receive until the day you launch, because you're leaving all the love behind, and you're surrendering, and you're hoping that you get another chance to love them again. And so when you come back down, you're like, oh, I get another chance, and I'm going to do it.
Oh my God, now I'm crying. Okay.
She makes you want to vomit, and she says, like, you know, you hope that you get another chance. See, she thought she was going to die. She didn't expect to come back.
Really?
Like, I hope I go up there and, you know, I'm so relieved I didn't die. I wanted to, but not really.
That whole experience turned her into some kind of a philosopher, apparently. And now she thinks everything she says is so damn important because she had $5 million to go in Bezos' space capsule for 2 minutes with Gayle King.
The whole thing was anywhere from $5 million to $11 million per person.
I mean, do they get a lot of free press out of that too? It's kind of greedy for them to charge.
You think with just Katy Perry's like Instagram, she would have enough to where she wouldn't have to pay for it, but.
And how come they pack so many celebrities in the same one? How many of those are they launching on a daily basis? Why do they put all? So they had Gayle King in there. They had who else?
I don't know. The only other person I knew was Gayle King, and then Jeff Bezos' fiance was in there.
Oh, okay.
Do you think she had to pay? Probably not.
I don't know.
We never heard. I never really heard from her. I just heard Katy Perry.
I feel super connected to love.
She's smart. I mean, the best move you can make if you're coming out of one of those things is just to keep your mouth shut.
Yes, I agree.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, here's one. You know this guy. We have played him before. I don't have his name in front of me right now. But if you're on TikTok, you've seen his content before.
Hi, I would like to have an all-team meeting. Great, we already have 2 of those scheduled every day in the morning and end of day. Yes, but we need another one to discuss these critical points. Sure, I'm excited to hear what these critical points are. I need you to make the agenda for this additional meeting to keep us organized. Okay. I'm not sure what this meeting is about in the first place, but I hope you can fill me in on what you want to discuss. Yucky barf boy! You should know what needs to be discussed at all times. Please make the agenda. All right, I've gone ahead and put down 2 bullet points that are vaguely related to the project. No, Icky, you're missing these 12 items in my head that only I know about. It seems like it would be more effective if you just made the agenda to begin with, but I've gone ahead and added those points. I am no longer able to attend the meeting. You are going to have to run the call and report back to me. Okay, perfect. I can't wait to host a call that really should have just been an email.
Yeah. Isn't that accurate?
It happens all the time. And
I know.
It's insane. And I think part of it
these
is
meetings are horrible. I mean, I don't like meetings as much as the next guy. But
And you
I've
have to
learned
set
as
meetings,
and I've learned as a manager, if you don't have meetings, people demand them. Then once you start having them, people hate them. So there's no winning with meetings.
yeah. The thing too is like, because you had to move a meeting for a bunch of production stuff that's going on at Adobe during our normal meeting time, and for whatever reason, just 1 hour a week, it's not even that big of a deal. It totally has thrown me off, and I'm like, and then you were gone, and I was like, you know what? I'm only attending meetings when Eddie's there, not
That's
anything
fine.
against anyone else. I just don't feel the
I
need.
mean, you don't have to be at any meetings if you don't want to. That's fine.
But I do it out of respect to you because you're the leader, and I want the team to respect my friend as the leader. So I go into because I support. You know what I mean? And it's nothing against anyone else on the team. Like if you're not there, I just don't feel like. I almost feel like it's inappropriate for me to be there if you're not there. You know?
I mean,
No.
I've watched recordings when I'm not there. You're not missing much, so by
There
skipping
you
them.
go. That's right. Just you know what you do, Eddie? Just keep scrolling.
Okay, this message is for just keep scrolling.
Keep on scrolling.
Keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling.
Tesla is not the enemy. Tesla is an American company. Praying peace, prosperity, and protection in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, God's Son.
Oh.
You know whose business that is?
Yeah.
Not f***ing yours.
Oh, my
Wow.
goodness. Yeah, people have lost their minds, haven't
What
they?
do you, I don't
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
I saw a video I posted on my because on my Facebook I get political and stuff, and I guess it goes to my threads, and it lights people up, you know, especially people that agree with me. But I posted one. There was like a MAGA militia. You know those trucks that you see with every flag, Trump flag, and you know whatever, and they're all made in China. Those flags, by the way, and
Of course.
and they're barricading in front of a Tesla dealership or whatever those are called, and I was like, wow, it's so insane. You see this. All these giant trucks in front, like, and there's nothing going on. There's no protest. Just they want to like be bullies or something. Hey, we're gonna be here if you try to show up and hurt our billionaire. It's like, and you never. Why don't do that in front of a school? So then they don't get shot up. Why aren't you out there protecting kids? But
I
no,
know.
a
It's
hunk
insanity.
of metal, a stupid dealership. You'll protect your billionaire. It's very important.
Oh, I know. It's sickening, isn't it? This is a video that I saw there on TikTok. And
Is the enemy seeking to kill, steal, and destroy our country? Praying wisdom, peace, and protection in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, God's Son. Yes, Jesus loves me.
Oh.
Yes, Jesus loves me.
So anyways, there she is praying to Tesla. And I want you to guess the top comment on this TikTok. So I'm going to give you the top 3. You tell me what the number 1 is.
I love it. All right. I like this game.
Yeah.
This is going to be a great game.
It could be a good game. Here are the comments. She made sure deaf people suffered too. So the next comment is, why are my panic attacks considered mental illness and not this?
Yeah.
And finally, we all died in 2020 and are in hell. This is proof. So
Right.
Which
Oh my
one
gosh.
was the top comment?
I like the first one first, but maybe you wrote that. That's why it's so good.
I did not write that one.
Okay, that one then. The first one.
No, the top comment was, "We all died in 2020 and are in hell. This is proof."
I honestly believe that. I don't think it can't be completely wrong because it feels like it.
I know.
And Eddie, both of us grew up in what do you call it? The Christian churches.
Christian, yeah.
Whatever's going around now that turned into like a Trump regime is what we grew up in with parents that now are, MAGA. And it's really weird to be, not that, from that. And what I see is they suddenly went from Bill Clinton did the thing, and if he's lying to his wife and his daughter, what do you think he's going to say? How can we trust him? To, Trump, sleeping with a porn star, and they say, well, that's fine. We don't, that's not our business. That's between him and his wife.
Right.
Suddenly it's between him and his wife, but when it was Bill Clinton, it was a national tragedy, that he had done something. And I don't get the different, they want certain people to be put in jail, but the guy that's telling you that has 34 felony counts and his convictions.
I know. There's just no reasoning with the hypocrisy at this point. I don't even try anymore. It's just like,
no.
You kind of have to give up on people who cannot think critically, and
they believe it so deeply that
refuse.
he's he is their idol. He is what Eddie. We studied this when we were kids. The Bible actually says people will basically fall in love and worship the lawless one who is the Antichrist. And that's what it is. There's no other explanation.
There isn't. We all died in 2020. We're in hell. I think.
Yes, we are in hell. Oh my God. At least she has a beautiful. Who has a more beautiful voice, her or this woman?
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me.
I think I'm going to go with her because she seems like a pleasant woman I would hang out with. The other one. Oh dear Lord. Well, Eddie, that's enough. We've done enough, and you're not feeling well. So I tried to get this. Because we didn't want to go 3 weeks before we take a summer off. It's weird because like in a month, what is it? April. We're in April now, right? And then a month, 2 months, and then it'll be summer, and then we're gonna take the summer off because we can. That's how it works.
Yeah. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah. And Eddie had this because Eddie has this great policy that Adobe. We during the summer we do a 4-day work week. So I'm like, why would I not take the opportunity to not do content and just take a break and recharge and have a summer? Because we're all gonna die.
So how many good summers do we have left?
That's right. It's really weird because I normally right here I do the dollop of joy. Mm-hmm. And I do have a lot of things to be happy about,
I feel super connected to love.
Yeah. But I also am bummed out because, and this may not mean anything to anyone that might be listening to our show, but to me, and maybe you too, Eddie, but there was a disc jockey named Jed the Fish. And he was on KROQ in Los Angeles, and he did a show nationally called Out of Order. He was my favorite DJ, and he died. And he was only 69 of lung cancer. And we have a lot of heroes. Our talk radio, morning radio hero is Howard Stern. And his evolution has really changed us, I believe, from his shock jock era to what he is now, being more of a feminist, really. It's kind of a complete 180 when you think about it. And then this Jed the Fish. When I do radio for, Adobe or whatever, when I'm just disc jockeying, talking between songs, I'm weird. I try to be as weird as possible and say the weirdest things because I know that's always just been my thing, you know.
Right.
The reason is because I grew up listening to this guy, Jed the Fish, who's the weirdest of weird in all the best ways. And it broke my heart that he died because if it weren't for him, you know, like Sasha, who's on Adobe, she's a huge fan. We're like, you know, we probably wouldn't be like we are if it weren't for this guy, Jed the Fish.
Right.
And I hate seeing it because, you know, they always talk about how radio is dying. And thank God for Adobe Radio pushing it forward and kind of being the evolution that it doesn't even acknowledge, but we are.
Right. Trying.
But I think, like, don't you feel like, you know, because Jed the Fish was just a real weird guy, and he would just do weird stuff I don't even know how to describe him. Words don't really do justice. If you search on YouTube, there's a lot of old clips of him out there, like old shows and stuff. And I'm fascinated. Maybe we should do a show just on Jed the Fish. Was fascinating. His weirdness and, you know, like, for instance, the KROQ has you know how we have, like, Adobe Radio Summer School. And say it was Jed the Fish and he was teasing, it's time to tease the summer school. And he would do these weird cackle laughs. And then he would get your attention and he would hone in on one band. And he would like, I would like to tickle them, get into a tickle fight. And then, you know, he would introduce the song and it would be on KROQ. And it was just fascinating. And
why
so
did they end up getting rid of him? Because he was there for a while, but then at one point, was he let go or did he retire? I don't remember.
What happened is, I don't know exactly, but I was there when what had happened is he was on in the afternoon, and they were kind of, I think they were pushing towards, you know, letting him retire. And he, I think, had a health issue because he had a few different health issues in different times. And this was like 2008. And I was there auditioning, and I didn't know that at the time Jed the Fish was off the air, but he was doing overnights from home. And I think pre-recorded. But they were paying him his full salary. Now, this is not confirmed or anything like that, but it's kind of what I was told behind the scenes. And I was like, oh, wow, so if I get this job at KROQ, does that mean Jed the Fish is no longer with KROQ? And they were letting him stay because, you know, he needed the health care, all that. And he has this beautiful Victorian home that he had. So he was on his same salary and all that kind of stuff. But I think he was just like not in great health. And I think they were just kind of like gently, like, I hate to say putting him out to pasture because I think they gave him, you know, a year to stay on his salary and all that stuff. But so then I want to say he got better. But if you notice, if you're a fan of Jed the Fish, you notice some of his videos, his voice was different. And he was on another community station in L.A. for a while, too, from his home. And his voice he wasn't in full timbre like he used to be.
Okay.
And so I don't know what was going on there, but I know he passed away and the cause was lung cancer, which is depressing when you think about that.
Oh, that's sad. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the whole thing about it is just like when your heroes start passing on, you know, it affects you. Because this guy changed my entire life. You know, I was just a dumb dullard from Iowa. When I first I was going to like Disneyland as a kid, and I turned on I had this boombox with some headphones, and I was recording radio, and I record this KROQ station, and I'm like, who is this Jed the Fish? And it was fascinating. I was fascinated by him, and you know, I had those tapes, and ever since I've been just a fan. And then, you know, when I could listen to him online, and then his show came on syndicated, and the station I was on played Out of Order, and it was just his countdown show. All the songs are willy-nilly, you know, and I'm making him sound like he's a pirate, but he just had he did weird stuff. So
a talent is lost.
It's a dollop of joy that I got to be alive and experience it, and he changed everything in radio. Without him, it would literally be Ryan Seacrest everywhere if it weren't for Jed the Fish, I feel. Yeah. Yeah, so that I guess, and even though he's gone, it's a dollop of joy that he existed.
Yes.
God bless you,
Celebrate
Jed
his
the
life.
Fish. Yeah,
Thank you for your contributions to the art form.
Yeah, and I hope maybe if we're reincarnated, maybe we'll be somewhere again where we can experience Jed the Fish.
Right.
So that's it for now. Thank you, Eddie, for. I hope you feel better.
Well, thank you.
I mean, take another day off. Can we cancel another meeting? Just
Absolutely.
You can, yeah,
Cancel them all.
Perfect.
If you don't have anything nice to say, do what your mother told you. Keep it to your f***ing self.
Nom 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 nom.